Cowabunga, dudes! Time to play the new Sega Genesis game. Alright, so let's see how the Hyperstone Heist holds up to the free NES games. Well, it's definitely probably going to at least live up and surpass the first one, because the first one sucks dick, but yeah.
Man, that first one really killed your childhood, didn't it?
Well, remember, Jova, like I told you in the playthrough, like I was never able to get past the swimming level in that, or back in when I was a kid, and for obvious reasons. So
I'm curious also, were arcade cabinets common over in Portugal?
Yes, they were. Seen one in New York City? Well, okay, sorry, my bad. Oh, didn't I? Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Okay, so basically this game has an interesting thing. It has two colors, anime and comic. My guess is that green that I just showed there is more akin to how Eastman colors the characters, I guess.
I believe so.
Yeah, because the interesting thing, now I'm going to put. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think I'm going to... Yeah, now I'm going to leave it on anime, and by anime they mean animation, clearly. And as you can see, when I start up the game... Alright, let's play as... let's play as Rio. Alright, go ahead, Jova.
This is April O'Neil reporting.
Oh shit. Deji, put on your best Cam Clark Leo, since I know he's your favorite, so...
Man, right now the Statue of Liberty of Manhattan are disappearing.
Well, shit. I have the treasured Hyperstone from Dimension X, and it's only a matter of time before I conquer the world. Turtles, I dare you to challenge me. Go on.
Hey, Shredder, what's going on? We won't let you get away with it. What the fuck?
Sorry, I have no control over that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
We'll find you with our high energy detector.
Scene 1, New York City.
I can handle it if it's moving too fast, but yeah,
you know, there you go. See now, so there you go. If you pick the anime color, now he's actually colored like he is in the cartoon. So I'm guessing when Eastman colors them, he uses a different shade of green. I guess that's nice to know.
So, which one do you prefer, Hyperstone Heist or Turtles in Time?
Turtles in Time, because it's yes, there's more variety in the levels and it's slightly longer. Okay, let me talk about that. Actually, is a good segue. Hyperstone Heist. Does this game look familiar to you guys? Yeah, that's because Hyperstone Heist is basically a ROM hack of Turtles in Time, just with new levels. You know, because remember, this was back in the day where Konami would usually have this thing where when they would release a game on both the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo, they would usually have them be made by different teams and be two completely different games. A good example of this is the Rocket Knight Adventures games, where when they released Sparkster, both games were completely different on each of the two platforms. It was also the same thing with the Tournament Fighters. TMNT game, where for some reason the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo were developed separately by two different teams. So this was kind of a Konami deal where they wouldn't just make a multi-plat game, they would just make a game for each platform.
It's, I'm kind of surprised we didn't do Turtles in Time right before this.
Well, remember, Jova, we already did Turtles in Time, so...
Like, ages ago, I mean,
Well, it's not like there's much to say that we haven't said already in that commentary, Jova. Like, we even had Deji on that commentary and everything, so it's not like there's any particular strong reason to redo that at this point.
Better tech, more fleshed out viewing point here and there.
You could do a co-op playthrough.
I guess.
No.
I guess.
Actually, yeah. Since you can play online, yeah.
Well, actually, the Digital Eclipse recently released a patch for the collection to add online to more games. So, so at this point, Eva, because one of the primary things people were saying is that they wanted to play online on also the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time, not just the arcade version. So, so Digital Eclipse recently added online to that game as well via a patch. But yeah, like I was, yes.
I'm not sure if the Xbox version's got that, the one I own, so I'll have to check.
I'm pretty sure.
There
it
is
did.
also the thing that, again, like, that was 2 years ago, so say some of us forgot about it. Possibly, you know, it would be nice as a refresher.
Well, if it
I
really
have no idea who he's talking shit about.
means that much to you, maybe we can do the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time at some point.
Yeah, I figured that would be the version.
Because the
to
prev-
do, since we've already done the arcade version.
Yeah, sure. At some point later on, I guess, because I actually would like to get for the more unique games. We'll save that one for a possible epilogue to this. We'll save that as an epilogue. Why not? For now, I wanted to talk about the lesser-known 16-bit Turtles game, which is Hyperstone Heist.
Great frame rate, so long as you're playing the US or Japanese version.
Yeah, well, that was the big thing. Like PAL games at the time always had the 50 hertz thing. But yeah, not to mention this, if I remember correctly, the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles trademark doesn't even exist anymore. So,
Ever since the 2003 show, we've just been using the Ninja Turtles.
so at this point, bringing that name back would just make it confusing for a lot of people nowadays. At this point,
Yeah. Heck, probably even UK citizens too.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like most UK, at this point, only the older UK fans remember that. Like, so at this point, it's just like, and even then, from what I can tell, most people prefer Ninja Turtles anyway. So whatever. Yeah, as you can see, this is a ROM hack of Turtles in Time. It has pretty much the same sprites, same animations, and it even shares some tracks, some musical tracks in general. That being said, despite being... basically what happened is I was just checking my controls just for something. But the point is... That being said, the game is still really good for what it is, of course. While you can tell that the development team, in order to cut for time, they reused a lot of assets from Turtles in Time. But you know what? Turtles in Time is awesome, so I'm not complaining.
And I'd say they changed enough so that, you know, you're fine for the most part.
Like it was part of the whole thing. Like what game should we do a Turtles in Time? I'm guessing they got to a point where they completely changed the plot to the point where they thought, you know what, let's just call it something else. Yeah, but that's basically it. Like if you've played the other 16-bit and up beat 'em ups of the Turtles, you know exactly what to expect. Some awesome shell kicking action. So. Pretty cool. And yeah, as you can, I will say that this game makes excellent use of the Mega Drive sound hardware because I love the crunchy sound. Yeah, I love the crunchy sound of music and sound effects on the Mega Drive. And yeah, this game definitely has a lot of that.
Very nice.
Indeed. Oh, look at that. Let's wait till we're on screen. There you go. There you go, Dej. Leo's spin attack that you seen, like Leo's mighty super spin attack that you see in Shredder's Revenge was also taken from this, as well as Turtles in Time. Yeah. Oh crap! What are the foot soldiers doing in the middle of the sewers?
Well, you see, they were trying to track the turtles down.
I guess.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Also,
they're trying to fight.
Did the turtles change their base in the 80s TV show as well?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I didn't quite get that.
Did the turtles change their locations in the 80s
Yes.
TV show?
Occasionally. Basically, there's actually.
Okay, so that's just a TMNT staple then.
Yeah, there's actually a vacation in what fans like to call the Vacation in Europe side season.
Yes.
It's a bit complicated, but yeah, basically there was an entire season where the Turtles were in vacation in Europe. Fortunately, Shredder and Krang were very thoughtful of also moving their operations to Europe. So,
did they ever go to Britain?
I'll have to rewatch that again. It's been a few years.
And I can imagine them being confused, like, wait, why are they calling us Hero Turtles?
Well, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure the UK version of that season also had the hero bit in it. Which reminds me, actually, so aside from the theme song, like does that mean that every single time any character in that show mentions the word ninja, they would have the actors redub it to replace it with the word hero?
Odds are they probably just cut it out, and indeed, from what I understand, the 80s version had a bit of violence cut out of the show entirely. Like, it persisted all the way up to Next Mutation.
Which is interesting because the 80s cartoon was already made specifically to tone down the violence from the comics to make it more kid friendly. So you're telling me that the UK version was even more toned down? Damn.
Well, I mean, if they were turning it down a lot, they must have stopped. It's like every UK exclusive policy when it comes to Ninja/Hero Turtles was dropped when the 2003 show started.
As for your question earlier about that alien, Jova, believe it or not, that yellow alien is actually from the cartoon. Like I said, the 80s Turtles cartoon loved doing a lot of sci-fi references and spoofs. So it was an intentional reference indeed. But yeah, like you said, call it yellow to escape the copyrights. Oh, hey, Letterhead. You are too immature to hang with me. Okay. I don't remember 80s Letterhead ever really caring about whether or not his opponents are quote-unquote mature. But whatever.
He's just taunting them.
Also, damn, like...
He's about to get his tail kicked for that.
I can see Letterhead really has been practicing his knife throwing skills, damn.
He plays a lot of darts.
There you go.
He
Shell shock. Fuck. Alright. Yeah, basically just try your best to dodge the knives because it's very hard to get near him when he's throwing the knives, but eventually he'll stop and you'll have a chance to get some hits in. There you go. Almost done. Fuck. Shell shock.
I get the feeling just attacking him head-on is not the
I've
best
been
strategy.
beaten by a bunch of teenage turtles! Oh, there you go, Dibs.
Oh,
There you go, Dibs.
He literally exploded.
It's like Shredder at the end of the first NES game. Scene 2. A mysterious ghost ship. Yeah, somehow we went from the sewers into a ghost ship.
Well, I think I know what you're gonna say, Majors. That's basically their way of trying to get around the whole
Yeah.
ninja hero thing. They just don't mention ninja.
Yeah. Basically,
Honestly,
go on.
the whole teenage mutant hero turtles thing sounds almost like a UK knockoff of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's kind of like how the UK ripped off Spider-Man with Night Monkey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it does sound like a bootleg name.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, okay, I had another listen to the Hero Turtles version of the theme song, and it's fine. But I can tell that whoever was singing that song, I mean, it's probably the same singer as who did the original one. But I can imagine that they were just kind of like, oh, we got to do the same song again, just with Hero.
So I'm guessing they also changed that verse from the original to Splinter taught them to be hero teens?
I think that all the lyrics are the same except for, Hero Turtles and
Oh wait. So they changed the title to Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, but the Ninja Teens verse is still in there?
yeah, I mean they basically sing Hero Turtles instead of Ninja Turtles, but the song is exactly the same.
That sounds very inconsistent.
No. I mean, it's still Hero Turtles they sing, but the rest of the lyrics are exactly the same. I can imagine Dennis C. Brown and Chuck Moore probably didn't have too much of a hard time tweaking the song.
Sure.
Is it Chuck Lorre?
I think so. Yes.
I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. I think that was like the only one of the few theme songs that Laurie wrote before he moved into actually writing TV shows as opposed to just theme songs.
Indeed. Still remains, in my opinion, one of the all-time great cartoon opening songs.
I'm a bit partial to the Red Sky version, but the original one's really good too.
Oh sure, I like the Red Sky version as well. It's just that the original one is just so iconic and so immediately unforgettable, like because it's so cool. Like it encapsulates the awesomeness of the Turtles in just under 30 seconds. Like.
Then again, the tone of the Red Sky version's pretty similar to the 03 one, and the one that kind of lasts 2 more.
Again, it really is odd that for as much as Laird had made his disdain for the 80s show apparent, he doesn't seem to acknowledge the fact that the 80s show technically did end up reflecting his creation a lot more.
Fun fact, since we're talking about names, the 2003 show in my country was actually called New Ninja Turtles, but because in my country, much like with Teos, we never use the actual full title. We just say Ninja Turtles, because doing a literal translation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Portuguese, trust me, it sounds very awkward when you try to say it in that language. So we
can you say it?
Tartarugas Ninja Adolescentes. Actually, Teenage Mutant. Yeah, Tartarugas Ninja Adolescentes e Mutantes. There you go. Yeah. So and trust me, Dej, if you try to make a song with those words, it doesn't. It's very hard to get that shit to roll off your tongue well. So
unless you make it a rap.
I guess, but I don't really think that would. We've already tried.
Getting to the point of having to change the whole genre of the theme song, I think that kind of addresses the issue that Pedro mentioned.
After what I saw in the Coming Out of Our Shells tour and Turtle Christmas, I don't really want to see the 80s Turtles try and rap. So.
What? You don't like Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go?
Oh no, that I love, but you'll notice that it's not the Turtles that sing that. It's Vanilla Ice. So.
How sad is it that Vanilla Ice probably gave the Turtles the best rap that they will ever get?
Yeah.
What? You don't like the first credit song, Turtle Power, from the first movie?
Oh yeah, that one.
Like it,
that
let's
one.
Be honest, Go Ninja Go is the
best.
No,
I don't. I like Turtle Power as
other
well.
raps are bad, but it's just that Go Ninja Go is that good.
Oh no, Turtle Power is good, but Go Ninja Go will always be the iconic.
It's the only notable song from Vanilla Ice's career besides Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah. No, because that song is the epitome of so cheesy that it actually bypasses infinity and becomes something awesome. So.
The scene also helps, given how he is literally providing the battle music for them.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just that type of gleeful, like joyous ridiculousness that made a lot of 90s movies and cartoons so much fun, you know.
That movie is
I'm sorry, what?
weird.
Oh, it is.
So that movie is so weird.
Oh, it is weird. Like, I will argue it's really fun in its weirdness. Honestly, like I said, if you just watch it as obviously as a sequel to the first movie, yeah, it's kind of a noticeable downgrade, definitely. But however, if you just watch it with the right mentality of think of it as an 80s cartoon adaptation in live action, and it works a lot better that way if you watch it with that mindset.
Yeah. I still feel like that professor was originally going to be Baxter Stockman.
Probably, yeah.
Definitely did feel like it.
Indeed. Alright, the Stone Soldiers. Remind me, Dej, much like with these games, Toka and Rezar were eventually implemented into the comics as well, right?
Yes.
Alright. So basically,
if Laird liked them that much.
So basically, eventually, all of the 80s, 90s era original characters eventually got incorporated into the main stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, and now we're finding in a.
I know
Sorry.
IDW last year or 2 years ago had an issue where Bebop and Rocksteady were fighting Toka and Razor.
That's pretty cool. Like, did they actually I'm guessing by this point, Toka and Razor's characterization has changed completely since the Secret of the Use.
Still like, I believe they're like the movie counterparts where they're babies.
Oh, really? Still? Huh. Okay.
That was just an out of context panel I saw.
Sure.
So
Sure. I feel like probably. I mean, this is just me. Like, I feel like probably if I was going to be the one to carry Toka and Razor into the comics, I would just make them a bit smarter and a bit like just to differentiate them from Bebop and Rocksteady. Because remember, originally the creators of the second movie wanted to actually include Bebop and Rocksteady. Again, further emphasizing my point that if you just watch that movie as an 80s cartoon into live action, it works a lot better. But Peter Laird didn't like that, so yeah, that's original characters. If I remember correctly, Bebop and Rocksteady in particular was actually one of the more pressing points for Peter. So yeah. All right. But yeah, no, trust me. Like I still will. I would still defend the Secret of the Use because that movie is just so fun. Like unlike the movie I came after, which is just boring.
Yeah, I've watched all three with Pedro. I watched all three with Pedro a few months ago.
Yeah,
you look delicious.
Go on.
I'm hungry for some turtle soup.
Oh boy, go on, this.
Basically, I watched all three with Pedro, and I did enjoy 1 and 2 to a lesser extent. While I don't think 3 was as legendarily bad as some made it out to be, it was like reverse hype backlash for me. It still wasn't very good.
No. Turtles 3 falls into that stupid category of the terrible stuff we see in everything post TMNT II live action, like where they write all the characters as if they're Mikey, you know, and it just doesn't work. Not to mention the jokes are again. I realize that this is a dead horse, but it really bears repeating. Like that, the Addams Family joke is quite possibly the worst joke I ever seen in a Turtles piece of media, because that joke doesn't even make any kind of sense contextually. Like, oh, it's the Turtles. Were you maybe expecting the Addams Family? And I'm like, what? That's not even, that joke doesn't even make any sense in this context. It's just a reference for the sake of a reference. At least in the 80s cartoon, when they made pop culture references, they made sense in the context.
Okay, I guess the idea is that Addams Family was running around the same time, but yeah, otherwise it's not really fun.
Well, at the time that Turtles 3 came out...
Wait, hold on. The cave was part of the ghost ship, of course.
Figure that one out, Jova. In the next time we'll go to Shredder's hideout, but well, actually, Jova, if I remember correctly, well, actually, if you're thinking, yeah, I guess the closest thing would be, I guess maybe if it was the '90s cartoon of Wednesday Addams Family, maybe, because I don't think, I'm not entirely certain that crossover between the Barry Sonnenfeld films and 80s Turtles would work, but.
You know what? Now you've got me curious.
Okay. Alright, everybody. Tune in next time where we finish the game.
See ya.